Massive game.
Let's see what the ticks are going for in the aftermarket.
I think they're about 300 plus,
I
right?
think I saw for like 280.
Mike Marr says it's his Super Bowl. He said, this is our
really?
Super Bowl. Yeah, he wants me to get fired up.
Damn right it is. Bragging rights to the DMV here.
Tickets as low as $262.
That's the
I
lowest
see
you can
ticket
get right
shit.
now.
I see for 248 on
Wow.
SeatGeek.
Oh, all right. So if you want to go, you bring a family of four. It costs you $1,000.
Hey, Valdez,
Right.
if you're in the last row at M&T Bank
Yeah.
Stadium and you look out into the horizon, what can you see?
Uh,
How far can you see?
Probably all the way to Dundalk.
Okay.
I say Key Bridge, but there's no Key Bridge.
Oh, yeah, it sucks.
I was close to the last row. I don't know if it was last year when I went to 2 Ravens games. I think that was 2 seasons ago.
Oh.
And it wasn't bad.
The last Raven game,
I'm too jaded at this point. I like having.
I think
either
the
good
last
seats or
Raven game
suites.
I went to, Valdez was with me.
That's right. Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, 49ers, Ravens.
You could see. You might be able to see the Domino Sugar plant.
Okay, very
Yeah.
good, excellent.
Maybe the Leg Mason building.
That would be nice
Valdez,
too.
do you remember who won the 49er Raven game on Thanksgiving, I don't know, 10 years ago?
I do. It was the Ravens. It was like 19.
It was
it
an
like
ugly game.
Yeah, it was like 19-7 or something
It
like
was
that.
such an ugly game.
Well-
I think that's the last time I was at a Ravens game.
Just real quick, I don't know.
We did go to the Ravens Colts. I think it was a playoff game when Peyton Manning was still playing.
Was that 2014?
Who's we? You and Valdez did?
No, I think didn't we all? Did
We went to a game with the Gov.
Yeah, we were in the Gov. Governor
that's
Early.
right.
a long time
That
ago.
is that is a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not 2014. I want to say 2006.
Yeah, it was 20 years ago. Yeah,
That was a long time. I wore my long
and I believe
brown leather coat.
I think Peyton lit him up. I think.
I don't remember.
Wonder what the Gov's up to these days.
Probably consulting.
Doing speeches for like
Playing golf.
six figures.
Playing
Checking it-
golf somewhere.
Checking his Vanguard every day.
Oh, checking the Vanguard. Yeah.
Just
Must be
some
nice.
interesting snap counts from last week. Marcus Mariota played 9 snaps. If you remember, takes.
I do remember him coming in the game. Yes.
Jaden kind of rested in the fourth quarter enough that they released Sam Hartman yesterday. I don't know if you
Dreamy
saw
Sam
that.
Hartman.
Now I
Now-
think they're going to re-sign him to the practice squad if they haven't already.
Yeah.
I don't think it's anything different. It was just kind of unusual that they had basically 4 active quarterbacks last week. But Mariota apparently showed them enough that
How much is Driscoll making?
Driscoll. I mean, I
probably
could
making
only
about
guess.
half a milli, 650 or something like that. But
Nice
that should be
living.
close.
I'm gonna
that'd
say
be
it's
close to
more.
league
He's
minimum.
probably like $1 million.
I'm going to say he's more than that
million because he's been in the league that
Yeah.
long.
He's been in the league a while.
You're
Yeah.
probably right.
If he's been in the league 5 years,
You know, I'm to the point now where
At least.
Jaden
yeah,
is so
he's
silly.
over $1 million.
I don't even consider what the backups are doing. I have no use for them.
Yeah.
The Driscolls of the world, the Marcus Mariotas of the world.
Agree with you. It's
Now, if
irrelevant.
he gets hurt, then those guys obviously come into play.
Yeah, but it's a hit the skin segment, so you got to mention.
Driscoll's
Yeah.
making 1.125.
Yeah, I mean,
Nice.
he's been in the league for a few years, so that makes sense.
So just you've been talking about Brian Robinson, and obviously they're reducing his workload. He's battling something. I don't know if it's
Knee
a knee,
injury. Yeah.
something. He only had 23 snaps. Eckler had 33. McNichols had 15. I feel comfortable if it's an Eckler McNichols week.
yeah, McNichols
I mean-
has shown enough that if
Eckler catching up for my bet.
no, he's not going
I
to.
don't
I
He
mean,
just doesn't touch the ball enough.
unless B-Rob misses like 6 weeks, I'm
Yeah.
winning that bet.
Right.
I think so. My
Yeah.
whole theory was that Eckler's better, and I do think whenever he touches it, he's better.
He's
he
very
just doesn't
good.
touch it very
But he-
often.
well, look, they're managing. They're clearly managing his touches
The
coming
wi-
off that high ankle sprain last year.
the wide receiver reps, Terry McLaurin, 45 offensive snaps, 67% of them. I don't know why Terry's not out there like 85, 90% of the
Yeah,
time.
I don't know.
Just give him a rest.
Luke McCaffrey right behind him, just one less rep than Terry.
I saw Baldy jocking Luke McCaffrey on one of his Baldy breakdowns on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Not only him receiving, but his blocking.
Mm-hmm. No, I
Yeah,
know.
he had a nice block and was at one of the B-Rob touchdowns last week.
Yeah,
We just
people
sealed
have been
the
raving
edge.
about him.
Yeah.
In fact,
Real good all-around player.
Kingsbury was saying, it's all still so new to him, but he goes so hard in practice. They wear those monitors and everything. They
Yeah.
have to almost tell him to dial it down a little bit.
Right.
He's just like he
like a s-
overexerts himself.
He's like a psycho.
Yeah,
He's like
psycho.
John Gruden doing TikToks in practice. That sort of thing.
A couple other things, I know that you guys like to tease me about Jamin Davis because he hasn't had a massive impact. Played 23 snaps. The most was Dorrance Armstrong at defensive end. He played 36.
He played well.
His
Dante
QB
Fowler.
pressures are way
They all
up.
played well.
His QB pressures, just look at the ceiling tiles. That's
Did
where his
Jamin Davis
pressures
play
are.
well? I didn't even see him out there.
I think it was like middle of the pack as far as like he made 2 tackles, had an assist.
Mm-hmm.
I think the PFF grade was like in the 50s. I think I could be wrong.
Look, he may ultimately have a few sacks. It's just for the amount of back padding that you did that he's
Well, here's what I
role
thought.
player.
I thought they were gonna try to turn him into Micah Parsons. What they're doing is they're turning Frankie Louvu into Micah Parsons,
Which is fantastic. By the way, you want some
Fine.
Wendy's saucy nugs on Dorrance Armstrong
Yeah.
over the last 2 weeks from PFF? Amongst edge defenders over the last 2 weeks, he grades second in pass rush grade, second in sacks at 2.5, tied for third with 11 pressures, 32.6% pass rush grade, which ranks second. He is officially coming on Dorrance Armstrong.
Oh, that's the last 2 weeks of the grades.
Last 2 weeks. Yep.
All right, I know that Drabby had put on the outline to kind of go through some of these power rankings for quarterbacks, and I've got 4 different ones here, okay? I've got CBS's power rankings for quarterbacks, the NFL.com's power rankings, PFF's, and USA Today's. And it is interesting. Jaden is really up there in a lot of these. Now, I'll just go in order here. With CBS, okay?
Can I add one to it
Sure.
at the end?
Sure. With CBS, and this is Cody Benjamin's power rankings.
I think I know the one JP's going to add.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
He's got Lamar Jackson number 1.
Okay.
Okay. Hard to argue. Reigning MVP for 2023. May even be the favorite this year again. Who knows? He's got Joe Burrow 2. Jason, my guy, Brock Purdy. Told
Okay.
you from day one. I think that guy looks legit. I did. Back padding machine.
I know
Give it
because
back.
you watched him a lot in college. So
No,
you
I
knew
just
him.
had to. It didn't matter. That's irrelevant.
He
They're
pl-
all
he
great in college.
Relax.
I
It's a-
watched
just
him.
relax over there.
No. I
Just
watched
relax.
him with your boys. You questioned him. You didn't think you could win with Brock Purdy. I'm telling you, you can win with Brock Purdy.
Well, he's got a great support staff, but he played very well last night.
He generally plays well every week. Josh Allen 4, Baker 5, fraud. Patrick Mahomes 6, Jaden Daniels 7. Ahead of your boy Sam Darnold, ahead of CJ Stroud, ahead of Dak, ahead of Cakes' guy Kirk Cousins, ahead of JP's Jordan Love.
I'm a Jordan Love guy now.
You kind of
It's
are.
a Jordan Love truther over
Okay.
there.
You kind of are.
Jordan Love is pretty good.
NFL.com. They've got Lamar 1, Burrow 2, Mahomes vaults to 3, Josh Allen 4, CJ Stroud 5, Jaden 6. All right,
So
so
you
there's
got
a
a
little
7
theme
and
there.
a 6.
7 and a 6. PFF. A lot of people love PFF. Ron Rivera loves PFF. Okay.
He's got the papers.
Yeah.
Let me see
He
here.
did all the scouting.
This is kind of crazy. They've got Derek Carr 1. His passing grade right now is the highest. I don't know what they're doing over there.
That
They got
makes
an
me question.
87.8.
Look, that makes you question everything about PFF.
Right.
Right there. That
He's had a lot of
encapsulates
long
it.
bombs to.
Rashid Shaheed. That's his guy. It's his deep threat.
All right, Joe Burrow 2, Brock Purdy 3, Lamar 4, Baker 5, Kyler 6, Jaden 7. So we got 7, 6, 7.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, we're talking about top 10 quarterback right now.
Yes.
And let's go to, this is USA Today, their power rankings. Mark Giannotto. He's got, scrolling. Josh Allen 1. Joe Burrow 2.
After a 9 for 30.
Jaden Daniels 3.
With a bullet. Like
It's
it.
pretty good. Do you want me to give you the 33rd team's rankings, EB?
Yes.
Week 6 rankings. This is Dan Pizzuta.
Mm-hmm.
You go reverse order. Starting, where do you want me to start?
Start top 5.
Just go with the top 5?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Because they
Number
got him way
5,
down low.
they've got Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Number 4, they've got Josh Allen.
All right.
Number 3, Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2,
I haven't heard Jaden's name yet.
Joe Burrow.
Oh.
Well, that's why he's bringing this up.
Numero uno, according to the 33rd team, where they have guys like Jay Gruden contributing and GMs. Jaden Daniels, number 1.
Wow.
You can see the full rankings.
What are they basing it on? What is
Sports
their
Junkies
rationale?
Radio. This, I don't know,
It's
but
a
it actually
compilation of
has.
all the coaches.
It's the guys who no. It says from Dan Pizzuta. I don't know if he's got his own metrics, and it is for this week. So it might be a projection because they've got Drake May with a not applicable at 32. They've got Deshaun Watson 31. But you brought up some notable guys earlier. Like they've got C.J. Stroud 17th.
You want to his
He definitely take a
breakdown?
little bit of a step back.
Here's
He's
his
still doing well, though.
breakdown on Jaden Daniels.
Yeah.
He said
Let me hear
Jaden Daniels
this.
keeps progressing in a way that impresses each week. His Week 5 game against Cleveland was his worst of the season statistically, but he's created such a big margin for error with his play style. There's always a big play lurking, whether it's through the air or on the ground. He only had a 35.9% success rate, but his .18 EPA per play still ranked him 9th for the week. What's clear is there are more answers for Daniels when he's in trouble with more throws on the move and outside the pocket. He's also more comfortable managing the pocket and throwing deep inside the progression of the offense.
You know what's interesting about the outside the pocket? I believe it was when I was listening to Grant and Danny, and Grant said this, that they looked at all of his film in college, that he it sounded absurd to me, but that he only had one throw on the run outside of the pocket. Like that wasn't what he did. So if he ever bounced out of the pocket, he ran. But he already has had multiple throws now on the run outside of the pocket.
Quinn said in his presser, like after week 1 or week 2, the next step is getting him to keep his eyes downfield and make throws on the run.
Right.
We see it all the time in practice. So we know we can do it.
Right.
And now you're starting to see
You
it in the
probably didn't
games.
have to, like at LSU, if they're running, go routes to Malik Neighbors and the kid that's
Brian
playing
Thomas.
for Jacksonville,
Brian
Brian Thomas,
who's a stud.
You're probably throwing the deep ball all the time. So he had almost 50 touchdown passes in college.
Right.
And then if by chance there's pressure, he just bounces out and runs.
Right.
But last week, that throw to Terry McLaurin was a phenomenal play. I just watched Emmanuel Lacho do like a breakdown of that play, and he kept repeating the audacity of Jaden Daniels, the audacity of Terry McLaurin to call for it, because McLaurin had Denzel Ward behind him. He was 40 yards away from Jaden Daniels. Jaden's flushed to the right, and he's calling for it, and he's still on the left side of the field, and he's crossing, and then Jaden launches it, and obviously Terry catches it 60 yards down the field.
No, it's a great play. I mean, for him to make that play in his 5th NFL game, it's pretty astounding.
Yeah.
It's just remarkable, that here we are, and you've even got some of these guys. I didn't even know the 33rd team had him ranked 1. I mean, that's
Numero
remarkable.
uno.
I think that's for
is.
this week. That might be a projection based on the defense they're facing.
Okay, maybe
I
that's
don't
like
know.
a fantasy thing. Like if you want to pick a guy.
Well, yeah, it's like they're playing a pass defense that gave up 5 touchdowns
Where does Dave
last
Richard
week.
have Jaden ranked this week?
And
It's
it's
got to be top
his
5.
rankings top 2 or 3. I'll double check it though. I mean, he's up there.
Burrow just threw 5 touchdowns against him.
Right.
I'll give you Dave's rankings in like 1
I'm
second.
not expecting him to throw. I mean, has he even had a game with 2 touchdowns yet?
No,
Not sure
but he's
that
been
he has.
hoard a little bit. Didn't Terry go down on one, like at the 1 yard line? And,
Close enough.
some of those, he's going to have some games where he has 3 touchdowns.
He's got him
All
5.
3, yeah, he has him 5. His colleague Jamie Eisenberg has Jaden Daniels 2nd on his quarterback rankings, only behind Lamar, and Heath Cummings has Daniels number 5.
Daniels had the 2 touchdowns in the Bengal game.
2 passes.
Yeah.
All right.
3 total, and then
Right.
and 2 passes. Yes.
But again, he's had a couple where I think he had, he flipped one out to Brian Robinson, which could have been a touchdown pass, but he went down at the 1, and then they run it in.
He's got 8 total touchdowns in the 5 games.
Right. Hey,
is that right around where you thought he'd be, or is that?
Maybe I think a little under. I thought he would have. To be honest,
I thought he would have more than 4 passing touchdowns in 5 weeks.
I thought he would have more than 4 passing touchdowns.
But we'll
That's
see what
why
happens.
I don't think he's in the MVP. I just don't think he's putting up big enough numbers.
No, he's not.
Well, if he goes out and puts up big numbers against the Ravens, he's going to inch higher in the MVP talk.
But Valdez brought up a good point earlier this week where he said that MVP is becoming the quarterback from the team with the best record.
Okay.
And like, if you look at Lamar's numbers last year, I mean, he was excellent, but it's not like he threw for 40 touchdown passes.
I understand.
I want to say his touchdown
His
pass total was
combos
in
were-
the 20,
Yeah, but his combo
mid-20s.
was what? 30 some?
It was in the mid-30s, I believe.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty sick.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
But that's right. I mean, usually the team with the best record.
I also
their
don't think
quarterback
we're
has a
going to have
really
the
good
best
year.
record. You know,
I don't
probably
think
not.
so either.
right. So, just don't think. I think that the MVP, and I think Jaden's going to go down as one of the greats of his generation. I think that it's a little premature. I don't think it's even possible.
There haven't been any bumps in the road just yet, which is why I think you care more about Jade. You
I
don't want to
wanna
see any bumps in the road.
Star
Right.
keep rising.
Yes.
I just want to see more.
I get it.
Keep seeing more. But I love what I've seen.
So
I don't
you
even know what I don't even know what I
How
need
could you
to
not?
see.
Yeah. I mean, how could
I've
you not
seen it
love
all.
what you've seen?
I think you could do it all.